This guy says the horse can do. If he says the horse can do.
Welcome to Odds and Ends, and I'm your host, Mike Tice. Week 15 began on Thursday in Las Vegas, Nevada. Hey, the big Chargers 30-27 overtime win over the Raiders. Quarterback Derek Carr was injured in that game, did not return. Quarterback Justin Herbert, though, rookie sensation, a rookie record, 7 300-yard passing games. He's also only the fourth rookie in history of the NFL to throw for 25 touchdowns his rookie year, joining Peyton Manning, Russell Wilson, Baker Mayfield, and the possible Rookie of the Year, Justin Herbert of Oregon. Congratulations to those players that have helped him get to that point and that coaching staff. Hey, scoring is still off the charts. 4 teams are still averaging 30-plus points a game. Last week was only 2, led by the Packers at 31.5, the Chiefs at 31, the Seahawks 30.2, and the Titans have climbed back in and are averaging 30 points a game. Wow. Still the most total points through 14 weeks in history, 10,262. The Packers have 410 points. Total touchdowns through 14 weeks, still a record, 1,184 total touchdowns. The Packers have 52, Titans 49, the Chiefs and the Seahawks each have 48 touchdowns. Hey, wow. Hey, the Packers and the Chiefs have clinched their divisions, the NFC North and the AFC West, respectively. 3 teams can clinch their divisions this weekend. The Buffalo Bills can clinch the AFC East. The Saints can clinch the NFC South. And Pittsburgh can clinch the AFC North. Shout-out time to running back Cam Akers of the Rams, 29 carries, 171 yards, 5.9 yards per carry. Great job in that win, 24-3 over the Patriots. Well, it's still the highest completion percentage through 14 weeks at 65.4%, and the most completions, 9,585. They're throwing the ball all over the yard. Keep the faith. 39 games have been won by teams that have trailed by at least 10 points. So keep the faith. Don't turn off that boob tube. Hang in there and root for your team all the way to the finish. Fantasy football time. Hey, week 14, I gave you Ty or T.Y. Hilton of the Colts wide receiver, 23.10 points. Derrick Henry, running back, 35.20 points. And running back Alvin Kamara of the Saints, 18.90 points. Pick up some play-ins this week, week 15. Let's go with running back Cam Akers of the Rams. They're playing the Jets, who gave up 174 yards last week rushing to the Seahawks, and the Washington football team defense. Start to recognize them. They got the Seahawks. They've got 40 sacks. They've only given up 21.2 points a game. Their passing D is third, 206.3 yards a game. Red zone touchdown percentage, they're only at 50%, and that's number 3. And third down defense percentage, only 37% conversions. Wow, that's pretty good. Running backs. Let's go ahead and get David Montgomery of the Bears. They're playing the Vikings. He had an 80-yarder last week against the Texans. Their rushing game, the Bears, in the last 3 weeks are averaging 143.3 yards per game. Let's go ahead and take David Montgomery. And let's pick some games. Starting with a game Saturday, tomorrow, 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time, the 10-3 Bills, +2 in the turnover differential. Traveling to the Broncos, it's going to be sunny and 54. The Broncos are 5-8. They're -18 in the differential. The Bills, big win last week, 26-15. No letdown, Bobby Johnson. All right, Bob Babich. No letdown this week, you guys. Broncos, 32-27 win over the Panthers. Quarterback Josh Allen, 28 TDs, only 9 interceptions. The Bills are number 2 on third down. 49% of the time they're converting. And number 4 in passing, 272.8 yards a game. I'm going with the Bills, -6 in that one tomorrow. How about Sunday, 1 p.m. Eastern Time? The Patriots, 6-7, coming off that bad loss to the Rams. They're +1. At the Dolphins, they're 8-5, and they're +10, and they're number 2 in that differential. The Dolphins are number 2 in scoring D, only giving up 18.8 points a game. They're number 1 in third down D. They're only allowing conversions on 33.12% of the time, and they're number 2 in interceptions. They got 16 interceptions. Big loss last week, 33-27 against the Chiefs. They did not embarrass themselves. and head coach Brian Flores is taking on his mentor. I'm looking for the Dolphins in this one, -1.5 at home. Hey, 1 p.m. Eastern time. The Texans, -6 in the differential. They're 4-9. The Colts, well, they lost to the Bears last week, 36-7. That was an ugly loss for the Texans. The Colts, boy, I tell you, they're looking good. They're 9-4. They're +10 in the differential. Big win, 44-27 over the Raiders. The Colts are number 5 in scoring, just a shade under 29 points a game, 28.6. Number 5 in rush D, only giving up 99.2 yards a game. And the Colts got 15 picks on defense. I'm going with the Colts in this one, -7.5 at home. Hey, 4:25 p.m. Eastern time. The Chiefs, +8. They're 12-1 at the Saints. They're +6 in the difference. They're 10-3. Looks like Drew Brees is on track to come back. We'll see what happens there. I expect they'll have some gadgets in there also for Taysom Hill. And then the Saints, they beat Philly. They lost to Philly, 24-21 last week. And KC, I told you, had that big, tough win against a good Dolphins team last week, 33-27. How about Travis Kelce, tight end? 1,250 yards, the first tight end in the history of the league. Congratulations with 1,200 receiving yards in 3 seasons. The record is 1,377 yards by George Kittle. Travis Kelce's got 1,250 yards now. Let's see if he can beat him. Hey, in this game, the Chiefs and the Saints, I'm taking the over, 51.5 points. We'll be back. I'll be back, not we, in a minute with my pick of the week, going for 1 in a row. We'll see you in a second.
This guy says the horse can do. If he says the horse can do, can do, can do.
Welcome back to Odds and Ends, and now for my pick of the week. Yes, I'm going for 1 in a row. I blew that last week, picking the Packers -7.5. They only won by 7. They went that streak. Let's start a new one. Let's start with the Browns game. They're 9-4. +6 in the differential, turnover differential at the Giants, who were 5-8. They're 0. The Browns coming off that tough loss to the Ravens, 47-42. They certainly did not embarrass themselves. They hung in there. The Giants, they lost to the Cards. That was ugly. Shouldn't have played Daniel Jones with that leg injury. 26-7, a shoot ton of sacks. I should have said shit ton, but I didn't. And the Browns, they're number 4 in red zone TD percentage. 72.73% of times they get in the red zone, they're scoring touchdowns. That's phenomenal. They're number 3 in rush offense, 156.2 yards a game. Baker Mayfield is settling down a little bit. I tell you, hey, all the boys out there at Harmon's, Palumbo's, Tom Buckheit, Dave Fruderman from Fruities, Michael Whitey McGuire, Damo from Palumbo's, Dave Biff, the bartender from Palumbo's. I'm taking the Browns, -4.5. I'm giving it to my hometown team, the New York Giants. Hey, everybody stay safe. Everybody social distance. Be blessed. We'll talk to you next week. I hope your teams cover on Odds and Ends with Mike Tice.
Can do. I pick Valentine.